Okay, folks, we are back. It is Thursday. I am not in the catch pen. I just can't get there from here right now, but I did want to slow down long enough to share a word with you, a thought with you. I really enjoy your comments and your encouragement, every one of you. It's been good. And share them. Please share them with whoever. I just want to get the word out. I don't care about anything else. And I am starting to post some of these on YouTube, so there's a couple of years in YouTube of messages. And I'm no great speaker, as you all have already found out. So I'm just going to do what I do. A lot of crazy things going on in the world. It seems like just when you thought they've gone far enough, they'll say, no, watch this. But you know, each generation can look back, and you can go 2, 3, or 4 generations and look in history. I know they want to stop teaching history, but we can go back several generations, some of us, and we can remember the way things were. You know what I'm saying? The way things were. I mean, I graduated in 79, and you know, that was a different world, completely different world than what we're living in today. And there were things that were forbidden back then, or were not right. They were definitely wrong. But today, it seems like it's okay. Anything goes, you know, as long as you don't hurt anybody, do what you want. And you can just see a transition from generation to generation. Things that were forbidden each generation, it seems like they become more receptive to it, and before you know it, we celebrate it. And that's where we are now. We, in this nation, celebrate sin. We give it its own days, we give it its own months, and we just celebrate sin in this nation. And it's a shame. It's a shame that men and women continue to go the route they're on right now. And there's no future in that. But talking about that line, it seemed like there was a line, and you and I, we're creatures that like to go dance close to the line, don't we? Just see how far we can go and not cross the line. That's the way a lot of young people want to run their dating life. It won't work, okay? You're going to lose that battle. But we tend to want to go as far as we can go and then hold on. And that way we've not crossed the line. It hasn't become sin. In each generation, you can see that. And the problem now is, in our generation, there's things that are accepted, that are celebrated, and they're saying, we haven't crossed a line yet. And God's saying, you crossed the line a long, long time ago. A long time ago. And see, what we've got is our enemy, Satan. He tends to blur the lines, doesn't he? Blur the lines. And you'll find yourself, even as a Christian, accepting certain things and just saying, that's just the way they are. Well, we don't need to celebrate that, do we? Okay? We need to be removed. We need to be separate from this world. We might have to live in this world, but we do not have to be part of this world. Kind of reminds me of that scene in Lonesome Dove. That may be my most favorite, I guess I'll say it that way, most favorite Western. I know they've got a lot of them out there, and there'll be people that are going to criticize me or tell me I'm narrow-minded. But I'm going to tell you something. If you're half a human and you watch, it's a long show, man. I think it was like 6 hours. And when you get to that last show, when you get to the last of that movie, if your emotions are not stirred, if you don't find yourself having to wipe a tear, or maybe excuse yourself while you go cry, because that friendship built between those two, Captain Colin Augustus was Oh, that was a great, great scene. But anyway, let me get back to the movie, not to the movie, but to a scene. And it was a scene where Jake Spoon, and Jake Spoon was friends with, they were all Texas Rangers at one time. And so Jake Spoon comes into the scene. He comes into this group, and it's just not his style. He doesn't want to work cattle. He doesn't want to ride horses all day. He wants to be in the saloon, you know. But anyway, that was Jake's propensity. He leaned more towards that lifestyle. Well, they separate. Jake takes up with some outlaws, and they're going through, I believe it was either Arkansas, or it might have been in Nebraska. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But they would start killing people. And Jake was with these guys, and they would kill just anybody for any reason. And Jake wouldn't participate in that. He wanted to stay away, but he didn't want to leave these guys. Well, later on in the movie, Gus and Captain Call, they find Jake. They find him. And they're starting to get the horses ready, and Jake has to get on that horse and put his hands behind his back. They got to tie him up because they're going to hang him. And Gus said, Jake, you cross the line. You run with outlaws, you're going to die with outlaws. You cross the line. And Jake said something that most people today are going to tell God. I didn't see no line. So Jake said, Gus, I didn't see no line. See, we're all going to be held responsible for what we do know. There'll be a lot of people telling God, I didn't see no line. And God says, there's been a line for a long time. Hey, hope you have a great weekend. I do want you to think about what I've said. Jesus came to pay the price for us that we might be free from that. And I just want you to just meditate on that and ask yourself, what areas in my life have I crossed the line? What areas in my life have I maybe have compromised a little? I know I had to do some soul searching myself. But have a good weekend. Maybe I'll see you next week. I hope so. But anyhow, take care. Go.